भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। कुमार जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 राम। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 राम। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगीनाथ रकुमा योगीनाथ रकुमा योगीनाथ रकुमा जय गुरु राया योगीनाथ रकुमा योगीनाथ रकुमा योगीनाथ रकुमा जय गुरु राया राम 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 Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Rama. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. राम 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 Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Thanking Bhagavan profusely for all the grace that he has blessed us with. We have to celebrate this grace. This is no small grace that day after day after day we are able to gather here at all and then take a dip both in the morning and in the evening in the Nama Ganga. So there is no question of our purity or impurity. For those people who have been taking a dip the Nama Ganga day after day after day, where is the question of purity or impurity? All that we have to do is thank him profusely for this special grace and keep on offering the Nama lotuses at his lotus feet. And we have just done that. Now today we shall go through 2 more slokas of Guru Gita. We have been seeing the Guru Gita, which comes in Skanda Puranam, Brahma Samhita, Uttarakandam, in the form of Uma Maheshwara Samvadam, the conversation between Uma and Maheshwara. Stavaram Jangamam Yaptam Yatkinchit Chacharacharam. Stavaram Jangamam Yaptam. That is, there is a Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi. Our father and mother, after they give birth to us, when we are only a few months old, they say, I am your father and I am your mother. And then they give us a name also. And they say, this is you. They point to us, our body, and say, this is you. They also say Tattvamasi, but then they mean it differently. They say, this body. Tat means this body for them. And they say, you are this body. But after we grow up, after we go through life, the vicissitudes of life, the ups and downs, we begin to understand there is something beyond what we see. The divine grace, how it gets things done, how it has created everything that we are wonderstruck with. Now the Guru comes along, and finally when we are prepared for it, when we deserve it, we come across the Guru who teaches us the same thing, Tattvamasi. But Tat means that, and he does not mean your body. What he means is that which has pervaded the entire cosmos in the form of consciousness, in the form of the life force, in the form of consciousness. So the Guru tells us the meaning of Tat Padam, and then Tvam Padam, and Asi Padam. And he goes on saying again and again, Stavaram, Jangamam, Vyaptam, Yat Kinchit, Sacharacharam. In this mobile and immobile world, there is nothing left without his penetrating into, without his pervading. He is all pervasive. And Tvam, you are that. Here Tvam means that. You are that. The Guru says, you are not this body. You are that. And Tvam is you. You are not the body. You are that all-pervasive consciousness. To such a Guru of such glory, I prostrate. And the next one says, Chinmaya Vyapitam Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Asitvam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Asitam, Tattvam Asi. We saw Tat is that all-pervasive, all-knowing, all-powerful consciousness, the Supreme Brahman. And Tvam is you, but you are not the body, you are nothing but that. Tat, Tvam, Tat, you are that. Asi is, you are being that, meaning you are ever being that. There is no beginning or end to you. You are ever living. So it is Guru who teaches us that it is the supreme intelligent consciousness which has pervaded the whole world, which is all-knowing, which is all-powerful, almighty. And you are that. The Guru says it in 3 slokas, 3 couplets. Tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvam padam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Asitvam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The previous line is that the supreme awareness, when it is totally unmanifest, there is nothing else to be aware of, it is aware of only itself. But then once the thought enters that I should create, that I should multiply, then the manifestations come into play. A Brahma is born with a certain form and the name Brahma to do the work of creation. And whatever is created has to be preserved. So another form appears from the Supreme, that is called Vishnu. And what does he do? Protect. Vishnu protects the whole world, the whole creation. And then there comes a time when the whole thing has to be withdrawn back into awareness. Once again it becomes consciousness. From consciousness it becomes energy, and from energy it becomes matter. And this matter becomes energy, and then energy becomes consciousness once again. It's a return journey. So the Guru alone can tell us, because he knows, he has experienced it. The one who has experienced it alone can show it to us, that you are not this body. This world that you see around is not real, unless you admit this world is pervaded by that Chinmaya, that supreme intelligent consciousness. So in these 3 slokas, the Guru tells us the truth that we are not the body, and this world is Maya, except it becomes real only when it a part of this Brahman. Only when you admit that Brahman has created it and has pervaded it. So that is why you can take up a nadi, you can take up a river and worship it as a god, and you can reach the highest. You can take a mountain and you can call it God, and if you keep on worshipping as God, one day you will merge with it. You take up anything in nature, a stone. Generally the stone is unconscious. 1 million people can walk over it and it still would not be aware of it. The same stone you cut into a deity and then chant the Veda mantras. In the stone the consciousness is asleep. It's withdrawn so much that if 1 million people should walk over it, the stone would not be aware of it. But such a stone, if you cut Krishna out of it, a Shiva out of it, a Linga out of it, and chant Veda mantras, the sleeping consciousness would wake up to such a level that it will be able to answer your prayers. You just put it in the Garbhagriha after energizing it, and it would act as Lord Shiva and grant you your prayers. So why? Because there is no place where this consciousness is not. So anything you can take up and you start worshipping it, all that is needed is sincerity and involvement. And you see, I remember at this point 2 things. Once a child was brought, just an 8-month-old child brought before our Bhagwan in Sannadhi Street House. The mother left the child at the feet of Bhagwan. So Bhagwan asked her to go and sit in a certain place, and then he just bent over the child with such tender expression. And immediately the child, with one hand, caught hold of his thumb, which he used for incessant japa. Bhagwan smiled, and then with the other hand, he started to stroke the child from head to foot. Several times in that half an hour. He kept on stroking the child from head to foot. It was only 8 months old. It was very active. It was smiling often at Bhagwan, and it caught hold of his hand also very tight, wouldn't leave it. So Bhagwan was also smiling, looking at the child, and with such tenderness he kept on stroking the child. And 30 minutes are over. Bhagwan's expression changed. He became rather businesslike. He said, "Now the work is over. Now you take back the child." And then he sent them away. Later on, the mother told me, I met her after 2 years. She was living in Singapore. When she had come to India, I ran into her and she said, after Bhagavan touched the child for so long, half an hour, the child grew up and they named the child Anusha. The child would never use the word I. Always, the child wanted something, it would say, Anusha wants it. Anusha wants to eat. Anusha wants the dress. Then the mother and father, they found it very strange that if this girl goes into the world telling everybody Anusha wants it, Anusha wants to do this, that, how bad it would be. According to the parents, it was all very bad. The child should know who she is. So they began to teach the child, you are Anusha. You see this body, this is Anusha, you are Anusha, you are this body. They taught the child just the opposite. Soon the child picked up and began to say, I want it. I want this, I want that, I want to wear this dress, you please buy me this. Just see what happens. When Bhagavan, when a jnani who is established in the ultimate truth, touches his child for half an hour, the child was not able to bring out the word I whenever it pointed to itself. The other thing is, I think Yogaruda Swami. Somebody went to him and then he tried to teach the mantra. That man was a villager, he was unable to pronounce it. And then Yogaruda Swami said, okay, forget all these mantras. What do you like most in your household? That man said, you know, they have the mortar and pestle. He used to grind the husked rice so that the husk would come out, the rice would stay. He said, I know only this, Swami. Then Yogaruda Swami said, okay, it doesn't matter, you love it. Oh, I love it the most. What a strange thing to say. But then there are people like that. Yogaruda Swami said, okay, the villagers said, it's called Ulakke. Then Yogaruda Swami said, okay, you keep on chanting Ulakka, Ulakka, Ulakka. I believe he achieved a great state just by chanting that, because he began to put his concentration on that and he began to treat it as God. And he reached a high stage. So why? Why does it happen? Because everything is consciousness, everything is Shiva. You take up anything and worship it as Shiva, putting your whole being into it, and you would see it would react to you just as Shiva does. Because it is basically made up of consciousness. Though it looks like matter, when you begin to worship as consciousness, a supreme conscious power, then it begins to behave as one, a supreme conscious power. We shall now submit our today's prayer. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again and again for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth into this world unity, harmony, order and discipline, because there is no discipline at all in today's world. People live any way they like, creating a philosophy to suit themselves, to justify what they are doing. And there's already the war between the two countries with its disastrous effects. And then there is sudden attacks of those cruel diseases and the furies of nature, and again those terrible accidents, one of which we recently witnessed. Bhagavan, we beg you to stop this war immediately so that peace be prevalent everywhere, and there should be no mention of the word war at all among the countries of the world. And Bhagavan, please establish this harmony, order and discipline in the lives of people, that people would once again, rooted in the spiritual culture of India, live a life based upon God consciousness and a life, a dharmic life. We also beg you to keep under your control those diseases and the violence of nature and those terrible accidents. And Bhagavan, we beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, the asuric thoughts that are responsible for today's world of violence. And in this world, wherever people are, whatever country they belong to, whatever language they speak, and whatever religion they have embraced, even if they don't believe in the past good karmas and bad karmas, and how the chain of birth, karma, death, and birth, karma, death, it goes on and on. But they too get caught in their past bad karmas, and they suffer without knowing why they are suffering. At the same time, they are helpless. There is no help or protection. They very badly need your grace, and we beg you to reach out to them. And please protect all those unselfish people who have been working hard for the sake of the others from unhealthy, unworthy comments and criticism and aspersion. We also beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity so that it reaches that high status of world's teacher and conduct the whole world in the path of Dharma. Bhagavan, we beg you, we pray to you in all intensity and earnestness for ceaseless and happy, blissful chanting of your powerful Nama and unbroken remembrance of your Leelas and teachings so that we assimilate it and make it into our Atma Shakti. We also beg you to bless us to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not rakshasic instruments. Please bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace of yours. But then we all need to be purified. Our mind right now is full of those residual vasanas that we had derived from our past karmas, and because of which there are sudden attacks of fear, anger, jealousy, self-pride, passion, and of course sorrow over something or the other, grumbling, and growing desires for worldly possessions. They are all the dirt of the mind, and only the powerful Nama of the Divine can uproot them. We take refuge in your powerful Nama and seek your blessings to purify us sooner than later. And wherever we are in this world, whatever work falls into our hand, we know it is all your work and we should do it in the spirit of service to you, and that joyfully, without unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that all this would turn into Atma Shakti. And Bhagavan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. Coming from you, they can only be a great blessing, perhaps a blessing in disguise, because it's not explicit. When we go through some punishment for our past bad karma, we all know how life changes overnight. We begin to resent God, saying that He has let us down. We collapse, and then we blame bitterly all the others for our own failures. We try to move away from God, but Bhagavan, because of His boundless compassion, puts a blessing even in the punishment for some past bad karma. And what does it do? A great wisdom is born out of this suffering, which purifies our mind and it pushes us towards God. So this blessing is meant for our greater good, closer kinship with God, and purification. In such a mind, slowly, we begin to feel the vibrant, living presence of God in everything, everywhere. Bhagavan, please bless us to know that it is your sankalpa, your will, that's behind all the happenings of life, all the happenings of the world. Please bless us to be grateful to you even for the sufferings of life, because we know the sufferings themselves are meant for our spiritual progress and they are blessings in disguise. We seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be given a greater blessing, to be lifted to a higher level. And finally, we seek redemption, liberation from the vicious cycle of repeated births and deaths, the root cause of which is the tyranny of the ego. And what is ego? The utter selfishness, the I and mine that rules all our lives. Bhagavan, please approve this aham bhavam and promote our atma bhavam so that we be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living in merger with God, or eternal servitude to you, that supreme Brahman. Jai Yogi Ram Surat Kumar.